so much fucked up shit to get into. Welcome back to Little Stinkers, baby. I'm Michael fucking Rainey here with Jon Delcollo.
Hey, Mike. Hey, everybody.
Jacob from Mattera. Jeff Simmons. Boys, we are rocking tonight, man.
Yeah, it's fucking trash night. I was recently at a Comic-Con, and I found some little characters that I chose to get for you guys. I got you a little Lego.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you, buddy.
That's the guy from Halloween.
Michael Myers.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
That's very cute of you.
Lego form, and here's Chucky.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
So I
thank
know you always like to fuck little boys. And Jeff, don't think I left you out. Got you something too. You fucking hater. It's trash night. Let's go, baby. Fucking world's biggest hater over there. Oh yeah, I got you something, a fucking hot dog, and I shit it out in the airport.
Woo, baby. Motherfucker came back on fire. Call him Aaron Bushnell, because this motherfucker is on fire, bitch. Woo! Damn, brother. You ain't had a snap like that.
You was zapping on everything.
I had to.
Oh, man.
This is awesome.
This is really beautiful, John. I love this.
Thank you, pal.
Yeah, I figured we can put him back here with our little chibi guys, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to cherish this forever.
That's great. And the lady took cash, no tax.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Just know I'm in charge of your microphone here, so
Okay.
can just be the Jake and Mike show tonight.
What are you gonna make me sound like more of a dickhead? You got a button for that?
Yeah, we have buttons that have all kinds of boings.
Everything I say is a boing.
Okay.
He gets boinged out.
They boinged him out of the whole episode.
He muted you. Oh, no, that was Jeff's mic. Okay.
Aw. Well, Jeff, I'm willing to share my Michael Myers with you, brother.
There's actually a stipulation that requires no sharing with Jeff until he believes me about doing a kickflip.
Is there something about Michael Myers which reminds me of him to you?
The name for me.
Just the name, and you like scary stuff.
I identify with Michael Myers. I hate running, and I also can't stand my fucking sister. So thank you, John. It means
You're
a lot
welcome.
to me.
Yeah, man, it was even more dead on than I thought.
Wow.
Than I had previously thought. But yeah, it definitely works for Jake on account of the little boy fucking doll thing that he likes to do at home.
That's not a thing I do.
Nah, I mean, they're not real life boys. The things that you choose to come in are just doll-sized versions of
That's
boys.
disgusting. And no. I will appreciate this, though, and I will forget that you told me that.
No, I agree with him. And
great.
Jake, I've been meaning to bring this up to you for a long time, and it is disgusting what you do to those dolls.
I don't have any dolls.
Yeah, let's just say that by the time Jake's done with a Cabbage Patch Kid, he's turned into a coleslaw patch kid.
Oh, my God. Disgusting. Why is this happening right now?
And it is not a vinegar-based slaw, y'all.
Woo, Jake.
Guys.
Boy, man, I was so happy to see you had a sellout in Indianapolis, brother.
Yeah.
You're really cooking.
Saturday night.
Love to see
Some bros
it.
came out. It was a festive time in the city. Comic-Con, NCAA tournament. Got to watch the Purdue game right next to the stadium they were playing in.
That's cool.
Way less energy than I thought there was going to be for a hometown kind of crowd, you know?
It is strange. It's right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I wanted a spot at the bar really bad. There was a bunch of hooting and hollering at the bar, but I just had to sit in like a table by myself.
Oh.
And it wasn't part enough of the action. So I think I walked for another few miles. Got my steps in, dude. 20,000 steps on Saturday.
Did you come across any, what are they called, Jake? The screaming black guys in the cities?
The crazies?
Black Israelites.
Oh,
No.
those guys. Okay, yes.
I did not.
They were there when I was in Indy, and they were not as hard-hitting as other cities I've been in, man.
Would you consider them friendly?
No, but...
Would you consider them Black Israel light?
Yes.
Okay.
I would.
Clip
Thank
it.
you.
No. I saw one very crazy white lady who, as it was, the night was getting colder and she seemed to be taking off more layers to the point where I was like, ease up. I don't know how much more you have on there. Yeah, she was a wild one. Went into a cigar bar.
Oh yeah,
Like a
You were the
fancy
lady.
cigar bar.
The Ashton,
Crazy lady?
right? The Ashton cigar bar, right?
Is that the chain that's around here as well?
Yeah, there's one in Philly on Walnut.
Does it resemble the one in Indianapolis?
I think that was an Ashton.
That
one.
place was.
That's
a
where I saw the Black
scene.
Israelites, Mike.
Okay.
Right there. They were right up front,
Really?
yelling at me. Yeah,
That place was very fancy.
yeah.
They let me in with pants that turn into shorts.
You say you were at Comic Con doing that? I'm a Transformer.
I didn't. I'm Optimus gay.
Optimus Bime.
I felt very uncomfortable. Everybody was dressed up nice. It was like midnight. Everybody's fucking wearing suits and dresses.
Doing like bottle service and shit like that.
Yeah,
those
it
places.
did not seem like the kind of place where I could afford a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fun time all the time.
Man, cigar smelled delicious.
It was a nice smell in there. Did they let you smoke cigarettes in those kind of places, or is it frowned upon?
You know, I don't know.
I wonder.
That is a good question, man.
I don't like cigars. I like inhale. I'm so accustomed to inhaling that I end up inhaling the cigar, and then I feel woozy
Yeah.
belly, you know?
Yeah, I had one with Jake about
Yeah.
maybe 2 years ago, and it really made me sick, man.
Yeah, it was.
Did you end up barfing
Yeah,
that night?
yeah.
Yeah, it was me,
Fuck.
you, and Larry's backyard barbecue. I think,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you barf?
He brought no. I
He's a
smoke
man.
cigars. Yeah, like I just know how to smoke a cigar.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did you get like yellow in the face before you barfed? Cartoon cigar barf?
I don't know, but I could definitely feel it ramping up.
Yeah,
And I think I waited till after Jake left.
yeah. You didn't. You told me you did. I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Where'd you all smoke it?
Out front.
Oh, okay. So you had a home to throw up in.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's tough when you throw up outside of your own home, man. I can't remember when I left that. I used to throw up at my gym all the time.
After running like suicide sprints?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. When I started working with a trainer a couple years ago, for like the first month, every time I went, I would throw up.
That's some Rich Gannon shit, dude. Every time you get to the end zone, barfing.
Yeah, man. But not no more, man. I don't know that I've thrown up since that. So
I unfortunately broke a decade-long streak last summer by barfing.
from alcohol. Well,
Yeah,
you were dehydrated
I
too,
had
weren't
heat
you?
poisoning
Yeah.
or whatever, yeah. That was rough.
4 years into 2024, I was losing it. I threw up so much on New Year's night.
Oh, yeah, you had a wild
I
one,
had a
right?
wild
You
one,
saw the
yeah.
sun come up, right?
Yeah,
You fucking summons
Yeah.
the day.
that was hell of a way to start the year.
Jeez, Jake.
What were you throwing up? Fucking Lagunitas?
Kids
yeah.
come.
Yep. Mike,
Had a little too much Chucky doll that night, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
I mean, the guy fucks a doll.
This motherfucker was up chucking.
Nice. Now we're ready for the coin flip. And away we go.
Wow.
Did he ice me on the coin on the Boeing because
No,
I gave him
he is a man of honor.
the souvenir?
You never
Yeah,
have
I
to
paid
question.
for this in Indy, by the way.
You never have to question Jake's.
$17.99 at Hudson News.
Here we go. Oh man, a very funny guy, Nicholas, came to the show. I forget which night, but he made us a picture of all three of us on the casting couch with the jokers behind us, about to splooge in our hair. So, on the boys, let's put it on the books.
Again, we got a murderer.
Okay.
We did it, Mike.
I spent the week, Jake, learning about a new murderer. I got myself a nice book. I went to some fucking bookstore, man.
You bought it at a store?
Dude, I got a book that was just all kinds of cool murder, fraud, cult stuff. And I was like, oh, let me pick this up, see if there's anything I don't know about in here. There was a guy that really got my interest, and the more I read about his story, the more it creeped me out. And I've got a hankering to go back to Las Vegas soon, so that added to it, because he had a spy store in Las Vegas.
Like a fake pens that like
Yeah, like the kind of
dark
shit you would see in the back of like a fucking kitty magazine.
Yeah.
One of your kitty
From, like,
magazines.
yes, of course, where he gets his dolls.
No, nope.
His famous dolls
So, I
that,
don't like
he
this
calls
bit.
sponges.
Can we please stop this bit?
No, Jake.
Oh man,
This is your lifestyle.
no, it's not.
It is.
I'm sorry. If you don't like the bit,
No, it's fine.
Yeah, it's
I'll do it for a little bit longer.
all the dolls you get from that store in the mall called, what is it called? Ruin a Bear? The dolls, these bears, they come with the clothes already on them. You don't get to pick them, but Jake rips them off.
Jesus Christ.
And yeah, Jake's in the machine pounding feathers into him. It's really a disgusting store, and I don't know how they make any
employees
money.
shine black lights at his crotch.
I've never seen anybody other than Jake in that store.
How do they stay in business? How many fucking bears are you ruining?
Oh man, I get a lot of miles for going to that store.
Before I go any further, have either of you ever bought a Build-A-Bear?
I don't think I have. When it first came to the mall, I was very intrigued by it. I thought it was, even as like I was probably in college, and I was still
You were a
like,
twink, yeah.
I was told I'm more of an otter, but I thought it was the coolest thing to come to the mall since freaking Annie Ann's.
Yeah, it piqued your interest.
Have you ever done one?
Yeah, it was right about the time when we started having kids, so we would go in there, and they like the store, and there's a whole process behind it.
You had them pick out everything, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you bring it over to the Featherman, which, man, that guy cannot have a clean record.
Well. Thanks for coming over to the Featherman. Sit down, young children. Tell me how many feathers you would like. It's okay. This is getting weird.
And find a Featherman.
It sounds like he has not been to the store.
I've walked
He's
in
been
once.
And then the Featherman made you leave.
No.
We're not that kind of doll store, pal.
The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
Yeah, I know you from the back room at Movie King. Get the fuck out of here.
No, but a very unique store. But yeah, the feather thing was always strange, and they would have you make a wish over the bear's heart before they placed it inside of his back.
That's heavy.
It is, yeah.
It really put some heaviness on the
Especially if
end of it.
you end up losing the bear.
Man,
Oh my God, lose your wish.
Yeah.
God.
I wish my family lives and the bear's gone. Oh no.
Intense store, man. Yeah, really.
So what's this guy got to do with that? I think nothing. I think it was
No,
Jake's
yeah. I just
perversion
wanted to
that-
talk about bears. But yeah, Craig Leslie Jacobsen was his name, and I'm always suspicious of a man with the name of Leslie.
Same, but Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah,
I think,
he really
cleans the palate for everybody.
I know. I don't believe that his name is truly Leslie. I think of him as Frank Drebin. So
He's more of a Frank to you.
Well, that might be a problem with the way you view media in the real world.
they're the people, man. They're always the people, John. So he was born October 1970 in the beautiful Sunshine State of Florida. Can't wait to go back there.
What part of Florida?
I believe it was Bradenton.
Where the hell's that?
I don't fucking know, man. I just remember seeing it. However, this was a tough cookie to come by as far as information was concerned. So, especially in regards to his background information, once he hit Las Vegas, he picks up a lot of steam. But before that, not a lot was known about him. One of the things I found out that was pretty funny was in Tampa, Florida, he got busted for a battery on a federal officer and counterfeiting.
Whoa.
One of the things that he was known for in Florida by federal officials was going into computer stores, pretending to be a computer salesman or pretending to be a federal officer. And this was his way of casing the joint. So he would go in if he felt it was a place that seemed sweet.
Yeah.
He would go back after closing and rob the store. And then he would fence all the stolen merchandise to California.
Is he in the early 90s at this point?
Yes.
That he's okay.
Yep.
Computers are still a pretty
Yeah, hot commodity.
specialized thing. Like,
Yeah, dude.
I can't imagine what a computer store in the early 90s looked
sales,
like. Yeah.
Brother, when I bought my first computer in 97, I paid $2,000 for it.
I mean, that's what a MacBook still costs.
Yeah, but this was just like a base level computer.
Yeah.
Like, this was just the kind of thing that you would set in your fucking rumpus room. and
Just
Yeah.
being able to
pray
write
to God
and
your mom was going to bed soon, Joe. You can jack off to a picture of Jennifer Love Hewitt.
in
Yeah.
97, you bought the family computer
I bought the Rain Train computer.
and you lived at home.
I did.
You bought your own computer. That is so baller.
That is a baller move.
Well,
shit.
Next
I
to
think
the
a
toilet in the
97?
bedroom. Yeah, that rules.
I bought it with a credit card that my Aunt Patsy gave me.
Yeah, so Aunt Patsy bought that fucking thing.
Wait, is this the same computer you throw into the sewer?
Yes, it is.
Oh
yeah.
my God!
Yeah.
Full circle.
Cursed computer.
Finally got the origin story, dude.
Wow,
Bro, it was bad juju all around surrounding this computer, man.
man.
Bro, when I bought it, there was within like I don't know how many days, Aunt Pat quickly found out that I had charged this to her computer, and she cornered me in my own home, which a little out of line on her part, but
I don't know, man. It wasn't your home either.
well, one of us had a bed there, and it wasn't that. I almost called her a fat bitch, but I'm not going to do
Don't you
that.
dare.
I know. That was wrong of me. But initially, I had it set up on the kitchen table because they didn't have a computer fucking desk. Mm-hmm. So I had it set up on the kitchen table so everybody had to eat around this massive monitor.
Such a burden.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And then after like the third day, my dad's like, can you move that up to your room? I was like, yeah, I guess. He's like, listen, if for no other reason, Patsy might be down there snipping wires. So he was worried that this beautiful computer that I just bought would get ruined by Aunt Patsy taking
beautiful aunt.
Because she paid for it, she was going to destroy it.
Because it got charged to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was she vindictive like that? Would she have taken away that?
She was old, lonely, obese, and Italian. So with that information,
Dude, honestly, the Italian is the button that I've been waiting for all this time. I mean, I grew up in a neighborhood full of women.
Really?
Like Aunt Patsy. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Heart of gold, but brother, you did not want to get on her bad side.
I'm glad I never did.
Yeah. Beautiful lady, and computer lasted a while. I did some
Until it
bangs on that
until
bang.
it fucking committed suicide by cop in a fucking drainage ditch.
I got a Native American curse placed on me one night. I mean that
On the internet?
Yeah, on you remember you used to go in AOL chat rooms?
Yeah.
So you were on the chat rooms in the late 90s.
Yeah, baby.
My first experience was 99.
1999.
Yeah, I think it was either
It was New Year's.
97 or 98 for me. I was in there cybering early.
I was years away from having my own experience, though. This is in my friend's stepdad's basement that he never saw.
You know how awkward it is to cyber in your family dining room?
Yes.
Yeah, I did find that out eventually.
Dude, I was such a fucking loser. Eventually, at one
Cyber
point,
slut.
I'll get right back to Craig Jacobsen in a second, but I just want to tell this. But I was such a fucking loser at one point. I had just gotten out of rehab. We had just had our second baby, and we had to move back in with my parents. It was like such first-class loser shit. And there was one night where I was out. I did a comedy show, and I was out partying all night, and I took an Adderall at like 2 a.m., and I never had it before.
A lesson was learned that morning.
So I was up at 5 a.m. Like, I knew my mom got up early, so I was like trying to look at porn, but the computer was so fucking slow. And I was just like, come on, baby. Come on. Give me something here. Give me something
The
here.
computer was slow. Wait, you would have tried to come on Adderall at that hour?
I don't know, man. I don't know what I would have
It would
done.
have been rough all the way around.
It never came up. I think I just ended up looking like
Come.
Kevin Durant stats or something like that.
Dude, when I did end up getting the internet, the only websites I knew to go to were basketball teams because it was on the top of the backboard.
Oh, yeah,
It was go to Sixers.com, and I was like, okay. What's Lakers.com? The exact same website. Like, they all use the same format.
Just the logo was swapped out. Yeah.
Dude, I didn't know how to buy anything. Like, I didn't know what eBay was, Craigslist. I didn't know anything.
Speaking of Craigslist,
Brought us there.
dude, I knew I could do it. Craig Jacobsen, I mentioned he was stealing computers and fencing them back to California, Jake.
Yeah.
In 1991, he's arrested for it. He's facing charges. He's not sentenced. So he pleads no contest in 1995.
Wow.
All right. He's due to be sentenced. He takes off, heads out west.
Did he have to stay in jail for those 4 years, or was he out on bail?
I think he was out on bail.
Okay.
I can't be certain, so don't quote me on that. But I think he was out. He makes his way out west and quickly is able to set up a couple stores. And he's into all kinds of weird spy shit. Like, this isn't just like funny shit you could find in the back of magazines and stuff like that.
This is real
Like
electronic devices and
Knife in the shoe.
like hidden fucking cameras.
Yeah.
There was one thing. It was like it was a disc. It was an article where he spoke about selling this thing that was a hot seller at the time, which was a sonic nausea disc. Where it's like if you
That's real?
he claims it was. if you press the button to activate this disc, it would make anybody within like 200 yards nauseous.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
So pretty cool stuff, man. And the place was called Spycraft. He had stores in Phoenix and Las Vegas.
Sounds like a lot of things that he's not allowed to sell in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah. On top of all this too, so aside from having a little bit of a criminal bug, he's also mentally ill. He says that he was diagnosed with schizophrenia at a young age, and I believe him because there was one point after he was arrested where he said that he was being possessed by the voices of Satan and Harry Truman.
Often intertwined.
Talk about an odd couple, Jake.
Yeah. He did press the button.
You just took an applause break drink.
This was very funny. So when at his store in Vegas, that's like his home base. Like he'll drive to. He's running both stores, and I think they're maybe 6 hours apart. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
All right. So he's running the store in Vegas, and there was an employee of his named Bernard McLaughlin, who after Craig was arrested,
Bernie Mac?
hey, y'all don't understand. I'm going to try to make you understand by telling you what a fucker this guy was. So he would have Bernie Mac go to casinos wearing a lapel camera.
Ooh.
And he had like a button that was held in the palm of his hand, and his instructions from Craig Leslie Jacobsen were to snap photos of any young woman with dark hair that he saw in the casinos.
Damn, I thought this was going to be card counting.
Yeah.
No.
Shit.
Money making.
Just real
Yeah.
creep, psychotic shit.
Yeah, that's very creepy.
Okay, this took a turn.
And Bernie Mac said that he would oftentimes pay him upwards of $1,000 a day for all of these photos that he would just walk around casinos taking.
Oh my God, that's the best gig I've ever heard of.
Jake, what would you make John take pictures of if you had your druthers?
Oh, you already know, Mike. You already know.
Ragers.
Yeah.
Fat tits, John.
That's all. That's the whole docket.
How long is the line at In-N-Out right now? All right, I'll wait a little while.
Jake loves his Ragers, man.
He sure does.
Oh, man. I tricked my wife into jacking me off today, and I hit her with this. She,
What?
Would you ask her to sign a document and put your penis in her hand instead?
nah, she was, God bless this lady. I just got done all my notes for the show, and I went into the living room, and this poor thing was just sitting there reading a book, looking cute as can be with her little glasses on, really just enjoying her day off. And I was like, hey,
Put her to work.
yeah, I was like, do you mind coming upstairs with me? I need your help solving a problem. And she was like, what kind of problem? I said, I got a math problem. She's like, what kind of math problem you got? I was like, I need you to come upstairs and take off your algebra.
That's smooth,
Dude,
right?
I like that a lot.
Thanks, bro.
Wow.
And, yeah, man.
Good for you.
Thanks, man.
Did you write that today?
Yeah.
Did you write that in your
On the spot.
in your fit of horniness?
Brother, it's
And
Inspiration
you're the most
Mountain.
prolific, horniest writer I
Jake.
know. Wow.
when I'm horny, it's like the Jordan flu game, man.
Is that how you've been writing this new book you're working on?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm every morning I wake up and I drop 2 Blue Chews into my morning coffee like it's Alka-Seltzer.
Metamucil. Metamucil. Because it's okay. Never mind. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so God bless her, man. But yeah, fucking Craig Jacobsen is paying this fucker to take pictures of these ladies. And it sounds as though he's into these ladies because because they all look like the one that got away for him. So he had a girlfriend named Mary Stoddard, who he later claims to have killed, but she's clearly alive. When he's arrested for what he did, cops are like, are there any other victims? He's like, yeah, I killed Mary Stoddard. And they looked into it, and her family's like, she's alive and well.
Objection, Your Honor. She's testifying.
So I think that was the one that got away, and he took out all of the anger that he felt about this lady not liking him anymore.
So maybe she's just dead to him.
That's a good way of looking at it, Jake. But get this, man. The guy manages to get himself a wife in Las Vegas, an Italian woman.
He just looked at all these pictures of brunettes over time. Never like. Are we getting to that?
No, I don't even know, man.
Okay.
There's not a lot of information about him. Most of the information that I found was just relative to his crimes. So jacking off to a lady's picture isn't a crime.
I don't think so either. I don't think so, Tim.
You got corned. Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, that's like it's kind of like
I think that's one of the highest levels of tribute, like honor, right?
it's almost like getting beat inspiration from Twitter now these days. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's not only fans. It's like, oh, that's a real person, you know.
Yeah.
And then this guy was just doing his own Twitter pics out for him.
Yeah, who knows what he was doing with
These
it.
ladies
yeah.
exist. They're out there. They have dark hair and tits.
I want to know
And
what it's
just
like to,
knowing that makes
to
him
get
horny.
past this inspo part on Twitter.
Are you not getting good inspo?
Oh, I get it all. It's just
Yeah.
there,
Full.
Yeah.
You're seeing full pen.
full pen to paper.
But Jake, he
Yes.
marries a young Italian woman by the name of Cheryl Ciccone. He's 27, she's 20. A little bit of a difference.
Okay.
Maron.
Eesh.
They have a baby,
Yikes.
and in April of 97, their baby's 10 months old. So the wife's working at the store at fucking Spygate with him.
Yeah.
And and the baby's in the shop with him. Imagine walking into a spy store and it's like, you need to spy on somebody, and there's a 10-month-old baby.
Yeah. Sucking
Tooling
on an
around.
Italian lady's tits.
It's a Billy Joel lyric.
Talking about Spygate, baby. Getting me some sunglasses that I can see behind me.
Upskirt pics. Woo! But April of 97, Jake, this is when things really go south for everybody. April 4th, to be specific. There's a lady who is a Vegas singer and dancer. Her name is Ginger Rios. She's a part of a song and dance group called the Salsa Machine. I know, I'm hungry too.
Yeah. I'm going to be stopping for some Tostito scoops on the way home.
The retarded man's nachos. How do you think Scoops came about? Do you think he was just watching like a guy with a helmet just have trouble with nachos that he should not have been having trouble with?
Late night infomercial. Just a guy spilling every grocery. Yeah. Do you keep turning your nachos sideways?
But this is actually terrible, Jake. So Ginger Rios, she goes into Spycraft to get a book, to look to see if they have a book on how to fix your credit, which seems like an odd place to go to for a credit fixing book.
Yeah.
I mean, you're stopping in every store you pass, I guess, if you're on the hunt for something like that.
I guess.
Yeah.
And there's enough weird shit, and just by judging by the store facade, there's all kind anything that they sell, it's written in the window. Like the store looks schizophrenic.
Yeah, yeah.
So everything that they sell is just written on the window, and it's like all kinds of fucking different books and shit.
The
So
REM lyrics,
yeah. So she's probably sees that and it's like, all right, let me go see if they got it. She stops by with her husband Mark, and they had just bought a house, and she was trying to just get her credit straightened out to I guess, figure out whatever you need to figure out with the house. I've been renting, and it probably will for the rest of my life. And I'm probably going to take a gun to my head at some point, Jake, because this is hell.
Well, look for the book first.
Okay, yeah. Can you give me a ride to Spycraft?
Anywhere you need, pal.
Thanks, brother. But Ginger goes into the store, and her husband says maybe like 10 minutes pass, and she's not back out. So he's like, all right, let me go back in.
Yeah.
And he asked fucking Craig where he's like, my wife was just in here. Do you know where she went? He's like, yeah, she already left. She bought 2 books and she left. And he's like, that's weird. He's looking all around. It's a strip mall. So he goes in every store on the strip mall to see if his wife is in there. She's not. And he's like, what the fuck is going on here? Jake, what do you think happened, man?
It sounds like the worst happened.
It is.
Yeah.
So within a few minutes of Ginger Rios being in Spycraft, he grabs her, he brings her into the stock room, and he beats her to death.
Jesus Christ.
Now, to make this even more nuts, his wife is working at the store at the time. So when Ginger Rios comes in, he's already made up his mind to kill this poor woman. He sends his wife on an errand. The wife comes back 10 minutes later, and when she comes back, the husband's like, I got to tell you something awful. I did something really bad. And she's like, what? He's like, whatever you do, don't go in that back room. And he says, I did something awful. I might have accidentally killed the lady that was in here. She's like, how did you kill her? He's like, I uppercutted her. And it killed her. So they send another employee to go out for trash bags to help dispose of this body. Now, curiosity gets the best of the wife. So she goes in the back room to look for this corpse. And it's back there. And it's clear that she wasn't just uppercutted. Like, she was beaten.
Jesus Christ. You said she wasn't even in there that long, right? Before the husband found
No, and apparently this had happened before. There was another girl who was a teenager who came into the store just to look around. And she said, literally, as soon as she came in and the door shut behind her, he ran over to her, threw her over his shoulder, and brought her into the back of the store. Fortunately, somebody else had come into the store at that moment. And while Craig Jacobsen was addressing this new customer, this teenage girl was able to run out. Truly insane
You
shit.
think that guy still bought an item from that place? Well, this is the only place that sells cameras this small.
Do you price match?
Man, sucks. This is way worse than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, really terrible shit. And it's the swiftness and severity of the crime is what truly makes it scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her husband, he comes back in. He's like, look, is there anything else you could tell me about, where you think she might have went or what's going on? He's like, no, man, I can't tell you anything else. So now the husband calls her dad. The dad comes by to look for her, and they just can't figure anything out. The cops come by. The cops are initially a little suspicious, but one thing that kind of throws the cops off of Craig's scent initially is that her husband Mark's car mysteriously catches fire within a couple days of her disappearing. Initially, cops think that, like, all right, maybe this guy's trying to conceal evidence. Mm-hmm. But it turns out it's just hot as balls in Las Vegas. His car overheated, and it caught fire.
Wow. That's an insane coincidence.
Yeah. It is nuts, man. And 2 days after she initially disappears, Ginger Rios' dad sees Craig Jacobsen, his wife, and their baby getting into their van in the parking lot of the store. He's like, look, man, if I could just talk to you again, is there any way that you could just let me see the surveillance footage from that day? He's like, yeah, at some point. He's like, we're really on a time crunch right now. I'll show it to you maybe when we get back from going where we need to go. So the guy's like,
damn, he's still in the store and he says that?
What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
So at this point, the reason why they're getting in the van 2 days later, the girl's body's in the back of the van at this point. They're going to drive to fucking Tucson to go out to the desert to bury her in a grave that he created.
And this wife saw that it was obviously not the story that he told. And
yes.
She's still going with it.
She is, yeah. And it's like...
Is that a fear at this point, you think? Or?
In her defense, like, he is fucking insane. And when you see a picture of this guy, like, he's scary looking.
And you said the schizophrenia thing, so maybe she's familiar with an episode like that he had before,
And she's young, too. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And she's got a baby to worry about, too.
Jesus Christ, man. This is fucking terrible.
Dark.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked. So they're driving from Vegas to Tucson. So they make that drive, and there's a
terrifying.
Yeah, scary looking dude. Kind of looks like me a little bit, so I don't like that. But Jake, there's a writer named Kathy Scott who goes to the store to interview Craig Jacobsen, and while she's interviewing him, just asking him, if there's anything you remember about that day, and he's like, quickly he gets angry. He's like, I have no idea where she is, but rest assured, I'm angry at her too. Which is an insane thing to say about a missing girl.
Yeah.
It was last seen in your fucking store.
Yeah.
So she said at that point, her antenna goes up too.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they can't pin it on him. So this is April. It isn't until, all right, so in May, there's a girl that goes missing in Arizona. There's a girl, her name, initially they don't know her identity. They find her and they identify her as a Jane Doe. But in May of 1997, which is the next month after Ginger Rios has disappeared, this young girl named Christina Martinez, she's living at a group home that's unfortunately situated across from a certain store. What store do you think she's situated across from? Spycraft. So it's the Arizona Spycraft store is directly across from this fucking group home that this poor kid has to live at. Her cause of death isn't clear. The only thing that I saw in relation to them listing a cause of death was that she was killed during her kidnapping. They didn't get into specifics, so it's probably pretty bad.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
Now, one thing they find is they find a ring on the corpse's finger when they eventually do find her, and that helps lead to her identity.
Where was she buried?
An eighth of a mile from where Ginger Rios was buried.
Same area.
Yeah, so initially...
That was Tucson. The store's in Phoenix, and they drove to Tucson.
Yes.
To get rid of this body again.
Yeah, because Tucson isn't too far from it's just south.
Yeah.
But it isn't until... All right, so she goes missing May 10th. August 15th. I'm sorry. August 10th, I think it is. They find the remains of Christina Martinez because there's people that are just fucking around in the desert. They happen to come across this clear grave. The police come out. They find a body. And when news breaks that this body's been found, Craig Jacobsen's wife views that as like her time to say, all right, I'm going to police and I'm going to tell them everything I know. So the next week she's going to police. She's like, look, if you promise me immunity, I'll tell you exactly what happened to Ginger Rios. Now, at the time, I don't even know that they're connecting the dots.
Yeah.
But they listen to her and they grant her immunity. And within 2 days, there's an arrest warrant for Craig Jacobsen. And they found out that he's the one responsible for killing these two women. He's arrested in L.A., which is where he was fencing all of his stolen merchandise before. So I wonder if he's linked up with some creeps that he was friends with.
That would make sense.
In a previous life. And initially, he was ruled not competent for trial.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then eventually he ends up pleading no contest. So he's charged with murder of Ginger Rios, and he's sentenced to 20 years.
Not competent because like his mental state was like heightened because of everything going on, or just because he owned those businesses, right?
Right.
So it was like, how can you? Be
Even if
competent enough to own
you're
a business and not-
schizophrenic enough to murder, but like, how can you?
And
Right, and that's where it
business,
really gets convoluted.
Yeah.
You get out.
Like, okay, if you can do this one thing, why can't you interpret that this thing is wrong?
Right.
Yeah.
But then again, it's a man walking around a spy store with a fucking 10-month-old baby.
I know some pretty dumb business owners, so
There are some
it really
real
doesn't
fucking
take a
morons
rocket
out there.
scientist.
There was
he did get out of jail then?
no. Well, all right. So in 2000,
Hopefully he was beaten to death in jail.
no man. Fuck. In 2015, he's extradited to Arizona from Nevada, and a judge called him a faker because he tried to plead insanity for the Christina Martinez murder too. A judge flat out called him a faker, so
Good
he had to stand
judge.
trial. Eventually, he's found guilty of second-degree murder, and that was in April of 2022.
Oh wow! So he's going to serve another full sentence.
So he's gonna serve time for the second-degree murder of Christina Martinez, man.
Well, hopefully he will get beaten to death in the near future.
I hope so, man. It's like you don't hear about that as often as you really want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, can you get death row if you're already in jail for life by murdering a inmate?
I don't know. But I mean, what does it even matter? I know me myself personally as a person.
You would just take the early ticket to get rid of a terrible
come
person.
on, man. Just
Yeah. I mean, I think it shaves time off.
They should. Yeah. He saved us whatever we put in those
You save
needles.
the taxpayers, yeah.
Jesus Christ, that was a bad guy.
It's like, how much of it was mental illness versus how much was him? Because like you mentioned the schizophrenia, so like, can you have like I'm not familiar with that. So like, is it episodes? So you know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
Like Jekyll and Hyde kind of thing.
It's nuts, man. I was watching something recently. You ever watch that channel, Soft White Underbelly?
No.
That's not on my Xfinity platform.
This guy, he started interviewing people on Skid Row, and initially it was like drug addicts, prostitutes, pimps. But eventually it expanded over the past few years to include like all kinds of different people that had very unique life experiences. And one of the guys he had on recently was a guy who was schizophrenic, who had the wherewithal to show up at this place at a given time, sit in a chair and tell his story. But it was clear that he truly believed all of this insane shit, which was guiding his actions.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I guess it really depends upon your interpretation of what being aware of awareness is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure even like that, you probably get moments of clarity every once in a while, you know, where it's like you can convince people that you're not crazy, You know, just you can squeak through an interaction without seeming like a crazy person. I don't know. I saw a picture of a lady in front of a Culver's on that screen a second ago, and I've been kind of thinking about that since.
You did.
Did you see that picture of the lady
I
in
did
front of
not,
the
no.
Culver's? Scroll down. What's that lady doing in front of a Culver's?
What's she doing?
She's not related to this, so I don't know what the heck she's doing.
How'd
man.
she get in the mix?
Oh, it's a LinkedIn profile.
Her name is Leslie Jacobsen.
Oh, no.
Don't. As I was like,
so
LinkedIn.
unfortunate.
We'll bleep it later. We're not live.
Jake.
Shit. If you're looking for a manager, hire the lady. She looks like she holds it down. I got a question. I want to see if you
I hope I
guys
have an answer.
think I did the right thing or not.
Yeah.
I stayed at a hotel that was very highly rated near the airport on my final night. Mm-hmm. I think the high rating has only to do with the price. But it was walking distance from a Culver's. I set that up on purpose because I went to Culver's when I was in Austin, and the Butter Burger was one of the best fast food burgers I've ever had in my life. So I went to this other Culver's, and I said, I'm going to do a tour of the menu instead of getting the burger again. I got a grilled cheese and pretzel bites. I was already going to a Chili's after that anyway, so I just wanted a little snack.
All right.
Do you guys think I fucked up by not going with what was already the best thing I ever had, or do you think it was brave of me to try something new?
I think it was fucked up. When I saw that picture that you posted on Twitter, I was flabbergasted that would be what you went with.
What if the grilled cheese had looked better?
No, it's like
Nah, man.
I would not eat grilled cheese out of my own home. Outside of my own home.
You never order? I can't make a grilled cheese as good as a charcoal pit does.
Or a food truck. Food truck grilled cheese. Be banging.
I don't know, man. It's such a simple food that I think
Yeah.
I would only consume at home.
I should have gotten the burger. You're right.
Yeah.
The pretzel bites were banging. But next time I will get the burger.
Were you purposely going for like no meat?
No,
Yeah. See.
that was just coincidence. I just like a grilled cheese every once in a while. I love a grilled cheese.
I get it. But when you're traveling,
I had a A&W burger a couple days before, and I just wanted to try something different, I guess.
damn, that just doesn't add up.
Listen, I am proud of you for taking a risk. You know,
Thank you.
we've all been waiting.
Yes, and you've really come through with that risk taking, John. I was so angry when I saw that order, man. I mean, what
So was everybody that responded for the most part.
what a waste of fucking resources, man.
Yeah. All right. I'll never do it
Unbelievable,
again. I should have gotten the pretzel bites to go. Gotten the burger and the cheese curds like I did the first time. With everybody's response being burger, cheese curds is the way to go, made me feel pretty good that I got that the first time.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah, you nailed it, and then you second guessed yourself the second time.
You should have ordered a loaded gun as well. Very disappointed, John, but I know you probably redeemed yourself since you've gotten home to Philly. What have you treated yourself to?
Some buy one get one tour of Italy from a restaurant in my
See,
neighborhood.
dude, that's insane to me. Because like when I did Indianapolis, I got that shrimp cup, that like famous. It's like an expensive cup.
From
The steak place.
yeah, Elmo, St. Elmo.
Yeah, St. Elmo's. Yeah.
Bro, it's
Fucking-
like their famous shrimp
Yeah,
cocktail sauce.
It was like $80.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think I spent $80 on food the entire 5 days I was
Dude,
there.
I was very lonely that day. I was like, I'm
Did you
gonna
eat it
fucking
there?
splurge. Oh yeah, I sat at the bar and ate it,
That sounds nice.
and it was so good. The sauce that came
I
with
thought
it.
about getting a steak there, but it would have
So
just
fucking- the steak
completely
was good,
negated
too.
any profit.
Yeah,
Jake, are the shrimp big or just plentiful?
dude, they're fucking huge.
Jake, are the shrimp big? Jesus Christ, this guy.
Meanwhile, you're talking about pretzel bites. I'm talking about fucking shrimp at least, dude.
Jake, are the
I'm
shrimp
trying
really
to bring
big?
it up. Trying to bring it up a level.
How long did he have his fucking hand raised for?
Oh man,
What does a fucking $80 shrimp cocktail?
I think it was that. No, you know what? I got it much cheaper than that. I think there was like a lunch, like a
Lunch portion?
early bird. Yeah.
How big are
Bar
those
menu.
shrimp?
Had to be smaller than the dinner shrimp.
Either way, I was satisfied.
That's a full meal. I mean, how many shrimp is that?
So the size of the shrimp doesn't matter. It's just the motion in the ocean.
Exactly.
All right, cool.
Exactly. And there was a lot of motion at that bar. I don't know
Yeah,
what
they had
that
a
means.
red carpet outside for their people to walk
Fucking
on the way
swanky,
in.
dude. Yeah.
I looked at the prices, and I think there was like $50 steak was the lowest.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
And it was like that's like a
one
New York
day I
strip.
might do that, but I like leaving a comedy trip with the idea that I made money.
Yeah, I think it was closer to $50 now that I'm thinking about it because I think I got an $80 fillet. Yeah, I fucking
At the
balled
same
out.
restaurant?
Yeah,
In the same meal?
dude, I balled out.
Oh my God.
All
I
my
love you
family
for that.
dude. I was by myself.
Yeah.
All the families having like a great time together. I'm alone in Indianapolis. Wasn't hanging out with anybody.
Yeah.
because a lot of my friends weren't around. So I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna fucking dive into this, man.
I'm actually jealous of you. I wish I could have pulled the trigger on that.
Yeah, it was fucking. I still think about it from time to time.
It is relative to what you said about the hotel being shit. Do you find that expensive hotels are a complete waste of fucking time? I've only stayed in a real nice hotel, I think twice. Both times I ended up regretting it.
Yeah,
That you paid for, you
Yeah.
mean? How much were they? More than $300 for one night?
Yeah. I stayed at the Hyatt in Clearwater Beach, which I think was like $550.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
I did it just because the view's incredible. However, once I got in my room and I sat on the balcony, about 50 feet to my left were people that paid like $12 to enter the parking garage and watch the sunset from the top deck of the parking garage. Lesson learned.
Yeah, you could have just slept in the parking garage.
I know.
$12 and you spent fucking Jesus Christ.
No, but you got to get in your fucking hotel room
Yeah,
after
that
that
is
and get in your
fucking-
king bed.
that is fucking that
No,
rules.
but we were
Nope.
going. All right, so that's in Clearwater
We
Beach.
shared a room.
No, we still had our place back in Orlando, which we were going back to that night. So I literally just got it because my wife had always said she wanted to watch the sunset from this Hyatt.
Holy fuck.
Like, that's one of the most irresponsible fiscal decisions I've ever heard of in my whole
I know,
life.
man.
I'm hurting right now. You said you spent that money for the room just to watch the sunset and then you left.
I wanted my wife to have that experience.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Stay
Yeah.
in
I
the
did not
room.
stay. And honestly, it smelled odd, and there were cigarettes on the fucking balcony too.
What?
Insane, dude, for that amount of money.
So did you
That's
go down?
crazy.
Please tell me you went down and tried to like argue your money back.
No.
Oh my god, I would have put the cigarettes there myself.
Can I at least get in here for an hour tomorrow for the sunset? For a discounted rate, please.
And Jake, the reason why I didn't is because this was in the middle of the pandemic,
Yeah.
and I knew they probably had some poor Guatemalan woman working overtime to do
Yep.
this, and she was just like, all right,
Took all our friends' jobs.
I'm just going to skip this balcony today,
Yeah.
and I don't want her to get in trouble.
Yeah.
That was nice that you didn't get that lady in trouble. You're
Yeah,
right about
that is
that.
nice.
Yeah.
But if you could have gotten an extra $45 back and that lady went back to where she came from.
Okay. I have a question for you guys about this then. Say this is your room. You paid the money for the room. Would you then allow the hotel to rent it out to people during sunset in your room? So that like you could be there if you want. But
No.
you could also not be there.
I don't
Your
think the
stuff's going to
hotels
get
even do
fucked
that.
on.
No, I know
That's
they're not
all
gonna
people
do
do
that.
in hotels. Jake, I watch enough videos to understand it. The only thing that people do in hotels besides me is just fuck nonstop.
You don't be fucking in the hotel everywhere you can?
Sometimes. If I go away with my wife, at least once we're going to do it. And by it, I mean
Thank you for clarifying that. Okay. Have you ever stayed in a nice hotel room overnight?
yeah, no. The other bro, so the other really nice hotel I stayed at was this place in New York City. I had 2 podcasts to do that day.
Mike, is that the time you bought me a little pod?
No, that was a separate time. No, that wasn't that much. That was maybe like, I think like 160.
That's still insane to just go sit in a hotel room for 2 hours.
I don't want to sit in a coffee shop and just look at my watch, man. I need to lay down.
I like that.
Yeah, and that,
Yeah, I
that was a
respect
cool
that.
room too. It's just like a
Yes.
nice place to recharge the batteries so that we could wait around a couple hours and then go watch me eat shit on stage at the stand. But the other nice place, I forget the name of it, but it was a nice hotel, so we at least got to enjoy that. But yeah, my wife took a nap and I watched The Godfather on TV until it was time for me to go back and do my second podcast, and then I just went home.
I like that you do that.
I like hotels. Like that was the last time I think I'll ever pay a lot because it's just you just feel bad after it.
No, but I like what you did for yourself there because you just really created like a level of comfort, like for you to just enjoy your time in New York rather than like look for a fucking phone charger, like deal with the fucking crowds, and like. But it's a mess.
I mean, the hotel that John was referencing that we stayed at was Citizen M in the Bowery, which is a very cool hotel. It's probably 3 times cheaper than that one that I just mentioned.
Okay.
But it was just, we walked past it. It was nice. I think we got like fucking tea in there or something. And I was tired. So I was just like, all right, I don't care what it is. I just want to go to lay down.
I mean, I think that's a good, like, it's not crazy. I
don't think it's crazy either. It was just.
What's the difference between doing that versus getting a massage?
Like $500.
Yeah.
What?
That was probably a dumb question.
Which one's $500? The massage?
No,
the room.
That one specific Florida hotel room.
Yeah, but so I'm saying like if you do that for like a reasonably priced hotel room, I
would do that again in a heartbeat. Just not. Those are the only 2 really nice hotels I've stayed at, and.
Yeah,
I did not have a good enough experience at either to warrant ever spending that amount of money again.
Yeah.
You also didn't stay there.
I know, yeah. Well, yeah, I laid there.
Yeah.
I don't even think you're eligible to leave a review, honestly.
They challenge it. How can you leave a review when you didn't even sleep here and get the full experience?
One cool thing,
your sheets were still tucked in when you left, dude.
One cool thing about it is they gave you one of the old-timey keys. It wasn't like a card key. It was like a legitimate key.
Wait, like an old timey skeleton looking key?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Beetlejuice style.
Aren't those easy to pick?
Now.
Feel like
They seem like they would be. Did you also need that to get to your floor in the elevator? How many fucking keyholes are there? Jesus Christ.
Man.
No, I don't think I've ever had to pay for a very nice hotel. It's always been for Maggie's work or comedy. Pretty good hotels.
You get the nice hotels?
Sometimes.
Man, sometimes you ever get like
I did
bad place?
in St. Louis and I did in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Austin, I was in a place that needs a little bit of a makeover.
Really?
Yeah, it is dated for sure.
I think this is it. The Ludlow.
Yeah,
Very nice
sounds
place.
expensive.
Yeah, it does sound.
I think the sweet spot with hotels is like $160 to $200 a night. I think that's.
I would never spend over $200 a night.
I feel like 160 is standard now. Like 159 is like the lowest possible rate you can get at something that maybe is 3 stars.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on where you are, though. I stayed at a lot of places that are just roadside motels between towns in California.
Yeah, but I mean, like you've done your research, but like on the in a whim, if you need a hotel or something like that.
I would probably Uber closer to the airport and stay at a cheaper place, for the most part.
I like doing that.
Yeah.
There's a really cool. I think it's a Hyatt as well inside the Orlando airport, and it overlooks like
the music area or something, right?
Yeah, there's like a little like promenade or something,
Yeah.
and they the one time I was there, they had the Orlando Symphony playing. Funny stinker stuff. They stopped allowing people onto the balconies because a TSA guy about 3 years ago clocked out of a shift, checked into a room at the Hyatt, then swan dove off of the balcony.
Dude, I remember that story.
TSA is still ruining people's days.
Mm-hmm.
And stays now.
Dude, Philly airport might be the worst airport. I mean, I
is
think it has
terrible.
been
Newark.
worse.
I would go Newark every time.
40 minutes in line for security, and then they pulled my bag aside, and the thing that they pulled out was my external charger. They're making people wait 40 minutes in line because they're pulling out electronics.
Yeah.
Like,
They move at
they
their own
got the
pace.
fucking Tardo squad over there.
Yeah.
They're screaming at you to hurry up, and then when they get to opening your shit, they're like,
Yeah. Oh, I yelled at a guy. I gave him my business.
What'd you say to him?
I said, are you fucking serious? I waited for 40 minutes and you pulled out my charger? I got drugs in there. Come on, let's go. I gotta fucking go. I gotta get the Annie Ann's before the breakfast stops. Dude, Indianapolis, they have their food court before you even go through security. You can just pay for parking and go to McDonald's.
They do.
I love it.
Did they have the court up?
Basketball court?
Yeah, they put a court in the middle of the airport, right at the.
I've seen that
at the food court.
Wow,
I didn't
just to walk through. They discourage people from playing there. However, you can just like walk on the court.
I missed that.
They might have
don't
taken
have
it
it
down,
anymore.
but it was to commemorate the NCAA tournament.
Well, it was going on while I was there.
Yeah, I was gonna say that thing that was happening while you were there.
Yeah, sure was.
Have you don't have pre-check yet?
No.
Oh, bro, you got to get that.
Philly's the only place I feel like I want it for. Every other place I go is 5 minutes at the most.
But it's, I mean, even at other places where you might be able to breeze through, it's worth it just not to have to take your shoes and belt off.
Yeah,
It's such a pain in the dick, man.
You're a shoe boy.
Yeah. Once they're on, I don't
I
want
don't
to take
think
them
they
off.
do the belt anymore.
Really?
I think some places they might.
Is it
Yeah,
because
some places.
you've gotten so big that you don't need a belt?
We had to take it to that kind of place.
Sometimes I just don't know what else to say. I'm sorry.
Actually, none of my pants have a belt anymore. If my pants do have a belt, it came built in. And
Belton.
I don't even travel. I don't bring jeans or a belt anymore.
Yeah.
I wear pants that turn into shorts if need be. I had the crowd cheering for me when I opened my knees up during my Saturday set.
Oh, you did it to him?
I did it to him,
You
dude.
brought out the knees. You busted out the knees.
It was hot in there, dude. 56 people in a 50-seater.
Damn, baby.
Oversold.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oversold.
I love traveling so much, Jake. I'm so glad we're going to do it.
I'm so dialed in now.
What do you mean?
Like with what I need. I'm wearing one pair of sandals for the pool if I go, and the hotel room, you know, the little hotel shoes. And then I wear the shoes that I wear on the plane the entire weekend.
Yeah.
And then I bring my T-shirt merch in one little bag and then a backpack onto the plane.
Damn, bro.
Love it. Got all my little
That's
travel tubes all ready to go at a moment's notice.
Tubed up.
Got the go tubes tubed up. Got my tubes tied.
Man.
Oh, this is fun. The hotel hour that we just.
Yeah. Welcome to Hotel Kumquat, where you can't check out.
Yeah. Drinking Pedia.
We're gonna have a nice little place in Boston.
Oh, we got our own rooms.
We're gonna have our
Can't
own
wait.
room. Knock twice if you just came. You know what I mean?
Be parking the car and hopping. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's putting your little tiny meat in your sweaty palm, right?
I bought this fleshlight from the Spy store, and it has a selfie camera.
I just want to see what it looks like when I spread my love seed.
Oh, fuck. I forgot to mention.
Oh.
At Spycraft, there was an article that they did on Craig Jacobsen where he was just talking about the store, and he casually mentioned that LaToya Jackson comes in there.
Whoa.
What was she buying? Or did she get lost all the time?
A gentleman never tells.
Well, she's lucky to be alive with that maniac running the store.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, baby. All right,
Is
so
Carrot Top in town at that point?
I don't think so.
Just Carrot Bottom.
I don't know for sure, man. Did you see they're tearing down the Tropicana?
I think
Finally,
I saw
it's
that.
officially happening.
Yeah.
Is that what they're making into the athletics stadium?
It's a little late.
Yeah.
Are they?
That seems like it would be.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
Case.
close to the strip.
Okay.
So
Damn.
end of an era. I don't think I ever
Well, you're
walked in
talking
there.
about Tropicana in Tampa, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the Tropicana in Vegas.
On Vegas Strip.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
The
Okay.
actual casino.
I thought you were talking about the baseball field.
No.
Fuck.
No,
I'm
that's
on
still
another
there.
Planet. Say it's a little late, huh? The season's starting tomorrow.
Where are they going to play this season? Jake
They're gonna
ass
have
up
a-
in space.
They gotta have a contest.
Man, I'm very excited because next week we're doing our shows. We're beginning our run of shows. And if you're watching this, you can grab tickets using the link that's in the video description. We're going to be going to Boston, and then the next night we're going to Hartford. Are there any local delicacies you guys are looking forward to?
In Boston?
Or Hartford.
Boston, I'm on a chowder hunt. Might try up to 3 different kinds of chowder. Same kind of chowder, but 3 different places. Hartford, I got nothing. I don't know if they're known for anything.
Wales.
I'd probably get more chowder there, honestly.
Yeah.
I'll be full of cream. And some young guys come. You are the youngest guys.
You guys are
Thank
getting
you.
Chinese food? Cream of some young some. I fucked that one up. Cream of young some guy.
You forgot something, buddy.
Some young guy.
Jake, what about you, buddy? What are you looking forward to being on the
man.
menu?
Just, opening my eyes another morning.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
And then what do you
Get
want
a
to fucking...
rocking chair.
What do you want to
Oh, in
eat,
Hartford.
to taste?
Fuck.
And
Any-
Boston.
Dude, yeah, I think anything, I might do a lobster roll. I don't know. I know you guys get skeeved out by it, but I might try it.
Go for it.
And then Hartford, I don't know what they have.
Yeah, maybe some fish and chips. They're close to the sea. I like fish and chips.
Yeah.
Damn, I'll tell you what. I can't wait for Chicago. I'm going to get myself an Italian beef sandwich.
Yes. I've never had one. I can't wait for that.
And I'm going to go with the hot dog, too, because I doubled up last time with the hot dog and then followed up with an Italian beef.
From the same place?
Portillo's, yeah, delicious.
Oh, my God. I saw their menu. They're like
incredible.
a chain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to go to that place.
But, dude, this one, the one that I went to, I think it's like 2 blocks away from the R. Kelly Mega McDonald's.
Really?
Whoa.
Yeah.
We got to do some filming there.
A lot, yeah.
We got to get Jake dressed up in his old street uniform.
You mean
But
my
yeah.
tootin' fit, huh?
Yes.
I still got it.
I know a lot of people aren't wild about the Chicago hot dogs, but I love them.
Oh, you're going to get the full-on... I think I saw they have kielbasa, too, or some kind of other sausage option.
I'm not a kielbasa man.
Why?
Don't look at me when you suck on something.
After he's talking about sausage.
Yeah. Jake, get him to stop, please.
No, man. He's got both of ours.
Ew. I don't know. It's just not a sausage that I really care for.
So you never tried that that Witter-Wadowski sandwich at the...
No.
That thing's a good cheesesteak.
You've
Have
had
you
it?
tried that? Yeah.
No,
I got it
I
a couple
haven't.
weeks
Gall and
ago.
Co?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I tried it again a couple weeks ago. It is a banger.
Oh, wait.
What else?
Yeah, I
It's
did
very
get that.
salty.
Yeah.
When we went and ate
yeah,
there?
when we went
Yeah.
one time.
It's good, right?
Yeah, that was very good.
What else do they put on it?
It's just
I remember.
might be American cheese or a different kind of cheese and
Yeah, maybe that and
shaved kielbasa. Could be Cooper.
Yeah.
Cooper American Sharp.
Very good.
And it's just kielbasa is such a salty meat.
What is Cooper indicative of?
I feel like it always comes with Sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a company?
I don't
Be
know.
a company.
It's a type of cheese, right? Cooper Sharp. So, yeah, maybe it's the brand.
I thought it was just a sharp American, is what Cooper is.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. That makes sense.
Speaking of sharp Americans, Mr. Red, White, and Blue over here is looking good tonight.
I'm ready for these Phillies to make the run again.
We're going to win the World Series this year, Jake.
I fucking hope so.
We are.
I'm going to go see them play the Rockies, dressed
yeah.
as a Rockies fan when they're in town in a month.
Oh, you bastard.
And they will always win. Whenever I go see the Rockies, they win. So that's the day you guys are going to have to take an L. But after that, back on the board.
Can you believe it's been 5.5 months since we watched that last game?
Holy shit, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Really is only half the year. Seems like it's so long.
It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's back, baby.
I can't wait, babe.
I know, I'm excited. I'm so excited that I can't even say excited. I'm going to go to the Rockies game. I'm going to try to go to a game a month, I think.
There's actually a pass that you can get for the month of April. It's $99. You can go to 11 home games.
Really?
Yeah. And here's the thing.
That's a
you,
lot.
You get a standing room ticket, Jake,
Yeah.
but if the seats aren't sold out, which they aren't in April other than opening day, you have the option of upgrading.
You pay more to get a seat up top?
I don't know. I don't know if you have to pay to upgrade or if they just give you an option saying,
Yeah.
hey, if you want a seat, it's here.
Hopefully it's that one.
412. Yeah.
$99
That's
for
tough to
11.
beat,
I mean,
man.
even if
Yeah.
I go to 4 games out of the 11,
Yeah.
that's a deal.
And make
Yeah.
your money.
Yeah. I might
Yeah.
do that.
Friday, I think, should be in the 50s, sunny.
Do you think that's one of those? It's like a gym thing where it's like they know you're not going to go to all 11 games, and they know you're going to pound. Like I have to give them $100.
I do think things to do. Are you guys following the Shohei Ohtani situation?
No, would you
What do
fill
you
me
think
in?
is going on?
Something fishy. Jeff, what's your take on it?
Come on.
So allegedly his translator is the guy that was betting and stealing money from Shohei, but there's a lot of sketchy things out there where it's like kind of pointing to Shohei's the one that has the gambling problem and that he's the fall guy for it.
Now, here's
Are there two players with Japanese last names that we're talking about?
Well, there are two Japanese players on the Dodgers. However, Shohei Ohtani is the major player in this.
Okay.
And his translator, Ippei, is the guy that all this is getting pinned on. Now, initially, the Dodgers made a statement saying that Shohei was paying Ippei's debts to this illegal bookie. Okay?
The Dodgers made the statement first.
They made this statement, and later in the same day, they said that Shohei was the victim of theft and that his translator stole $4.5 million from him.
And who pay? It's like Japanese who's on first.
Mm-hmm. You got to tweet that, man.
I just wish there was an eyes crossed emoji. Okay, so this guy is a fucking... What's he batting? The ponies? What's he like?
I don't know, man. None of that's come out. Now, Shohei said he's like, I don't bet on sports, and I definitely don't bet on baseball, because if you bet on other sports, you can gamble at regular casino games as a Major League Baseball player. However, if you gamble on sports as a Major League Baseball player, it's an automatic year suspension.
Even if you bet on football?
Yes. If you gamble on baseball, it's a lifetime ban.
Pete Rose.
Yeah.
He's still feeling that.
Yeah, and he's fucking already clamoring.
Yeah.
On this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, dude.
He's never getting in.
No,
They're not
you're
going to let you in, Pete. I'm sorry. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. You're an old jack off.
And yeah, he's still a bit of a fucking
Pussy baby.
dildo.
Was he?
And I mean, I remember him charging for autographs when I was in Cooperstown in like the 90s. Like he just, like Comic-Con style, you know what I mean? Like $40 a ball or whatever.
Yeah.
Shameful.
At least you get a ball. You know what I mean? Like
You had to buy your own ball. He was selling balls for $50.
But here's the thing about Shohei, too, is he's a very strange dude. I'm pretty sure he speaks English, although he'd love for you to believe that he doesn't.
What?
He's been in America for like fucking 6 years now.
This is a mini stinker right here.
I think so too, man.
Whoa.
And he just got married right before spring training. Nobody even knew he had a fucking girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's like an athlete, right? Like a Japanese basketball player.
Yeah, and oddly enough, he made the announcement that he was married by posting a picture of he and his dog, who is named Bookie.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Did you guys see The Last Dance, the Jordan documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know the quarter game that Jordan
Oh,
would play?
God, it's so
Yeah.
funny.
So there's a video of Shohei in the dugout, and he's playing this game with the other teammates. They're throwing this ball and trying to get it to land perfectly on this ledge. And they're like, so this is the Shohei, this is the Jordan quarter game for Shohei.
And he's taking fucking $5,000 pregame from him.
It's during the game. It's like while the game's going
He's
on.
making money while he's making money, dude.
Damn.
There's a lot of shady things going on. The same town that him and his translator are from, they grew up together. They're have known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
There was bets placed in that town, anonymous bets for like millions of dollars on games that he was playing in, and where like it's
point
like
shaving kind of.
kind
Could've
of
been.
where like he's pitching and he had a bad game and would do bad at the plate, and like they were betting on the other team.
Holy shit.
But, and also, like, to that point especially, like, I wonder if the influence of the Yakuza is playing into him doing this. Like, I wonder how much of a problem is actually his problem.
The who?
The Japanese mafia.
I've never even heard that term.
Or I
You've
wonder.
never heard of the Yakuza?
No.
Seriously?
I love it. Yakuza?
Yeah, I love... You love the name.
Yeah,
Okay.
has Yakuza in the name, yeah. I like that it's in there.
but I wonder if they just sank their hooks in him early and are causing him to kind of
I
spiral.
like this theory. Have you read anything about that, or are you putting that together on your own?
I mean, he just seems like a very wholesome dude. However, he is very weird because everybody knows so little about him.
I really like
He's
it.
like their Frank
I do
Sinatra.
too. Like, I really want him to succeed because he's. I think I even tweeted about it. Like when he signed with the Dodgers. Like I don't. The Dodgers will probably be one of the best teams in the NL this year.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them win because I want the Phillies to win. However, Ohtani is the most likable guy in baseball.
Yeah.
However, I don't think he was truthful at his press conference. And two, to explicitly say, my friend stole from me and he lied, I think is gay.
Yeah.
There's a way to. This guy lived with him. The guy was with him all day, every day throughout his career. And it's like, in an instant, he's gone.
Yeah.
And not only that, you've ruined his reputation. Whether or not he did it to himself or not. But
Yeah, I don't really like
Were they
that.
are they little?
no, I never got that impression.
They're doing a little old, any of the old tsunami, any of the old,
The salami tsunami?
any of the old Mount,
Tsunami.
any of the old Mount Fuji slide. Hey, it's high up. You're going to want to bring a snorkel.
I never got that
What's that
impression,
mean?
man.
What the hell does that mean?
But, I mean, it's just especially shady because in the course of one day, there were two versions of events that happened, both drastically different.
I think the MLB is trying to cover it up because
do
he
too.
did
He's
just sign.
massive.
He's one of the most popular players in
Yeah.
baseball. He's huge. He's
An international star.
Yeah.
he's in the MVP race every year.
And
He's going to
bringing
be
money to the league. So
he just signed this giant contract for a long time, and he's going to be the face of the MLB for like a long time. And I don't think they want to have like another
Right.
Pete Rose, like just a blemish on the league.
I don't think baseball can endure something of that magnitude. I think
I mean,
they're hanging by a thread, and I think they're.
yeah. It's hard to think that that's not already happening. You know, like if he's betting on games in his hometown. Well, anonymous bets are coming in his hometown casino.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
And he has a dog named Bookie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come the fuck on.
There's a video of him at a Anaheim Ducks game, and
Clearly
they-
sweating.
Yeah, so he says the guy interviewing him, he's talking to his translator. He's like, "Have you ever been to like a NHL game before?" And he's like, "I've only watched hockey twice, and I was rooting for the Arizona Coyotes at the time." And which is kind of crazy because the Coyotes have been bad for a long time. Why are you rooting and bet?
Yeah.
Like,
And they
maybe are you betting on them?
fucked me.
Yeah,
Yeah. They had like one or two good years with Keith Kachuk, and then like they've been.
You looking at me while you say
Yeah.
Keith Kachuk?
I mean, this might have been way past that.
Oh, okay.
this is post.
This is like recently in the
pre-Kachuk.
2010s.
Yeah, he's a young fella, man.
Wait, how old is he?
He's still pretty young.
In his 20s?
I don't know that he's 30 yet.
I don't think he's 30
Wow.
yet either.
And he got like 900 million,
700.
700. I'm sorry.
And that's the thing.
It's
ano-
also shady his contract that he got too.
it's almost all deferred.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird thing, man. I don't understand this deferred money. I know the Eagles are doing a lot of that.
He's 29.
Well, when at the end of his contract, he can move to Texas or something and save on the state income.
Oh, is that why?
I think so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or Tennessee or Florida.
We got traded to the Wilmington Blue Rocks.
That's just sales tax.
Yeah.
I still pay
Income.
income tax.
I think in Florida they don't have the income tax, right? And I think it has something
State
to do
income,
with.
Florida, Tennessee, Texas.
And I think it also has something to do about Japan taxes too. Like he didn't want to pay that, like international living or something like that.
So that's why he came to the U.S.?
So it's I don't know. There's some shady stuff with
Yeah.
it.
Sounds like he's got a good accountant.
Yeah, it's a very exciting thing to look forward to unfolding.
Do you know the old Phillies GM, Ruben Amaro Jr.?
Yeah.
Under a random tweet about Ohtani, Ruben Amaro, I think is a very credible guy. He said he speaks perfect English, which is nuts 6 years into your major league career that you're still using Not only I don't know about
still
using
doing an
translator,
offensive Japanese impression.
yes, but you're giving the indication that you have no idea what's going on, and plus the way they announced or had the guy talk to the team to say like, "Look, I stole a bunch of money and I'm fired." Like after a game, they had the translator speak to the entire team, and Shohei said he had no idea what the speech was about until he said the guy speaking to them in English, and he didn't understand what he was saying until afterwards.
This is a setup, dude. This is Jesse Smollett all over again.
Did the guy pull out a knife to do harikari? And then, no.
Yeah, it had a one of those weighted donuts on the end.
No, I think you're thinking Harry Carey. He was an announcer for the
I like it, Jake.
White Sox.
Now I'm getting a hot
Cubs.
dog.
Yeah.
What an exciting time for baseball.
It really is, man. I'm really excited.
Opening week, baby.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep the drama up with the NBA. Become fucking soap operas for us, boys.
There's another NBA betting scandal.
Another one?
Another sports betting scandal.
Another one.
Mm-hmm. There was a guy who was, what his name's Jonte Parker, I think, and like he's just kind of a guy, and there were like massive bets coming in for him, like prop bets involving him. So it's probably going to be revealed that he was, either he was or people close to him were placing bets on his downfall.
Damn.
One of the bets was like under on total threes attempted by Jonte Parker. So it's like, I'm just not going to take 3-pointers tonight.
That's nuts.
That's his name, right, Jeff? Jonte Porter.
Porter. Okay.
Yeah, Porter.
Well, boys, is there anything you want to add before we get going?
I just want to thank everybody for coming out to my shows in Indianapolis. What a fucking weekend we had.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Come see us on the road.
Yeah, come see us next week, April 5th in Boston at the Hideout. We're going to have a lot of fun. And then April 6th in Hartford. And follow me at Jake Mattera on all this stuff. Yeah. How about you, Mike?
Yeah, come see us. April 5th, Boston. April 6th, Hartford. Fucking May 4th, we're going to be in Morris Plains, New Jersey at the Dojo of Comedy. May 25th and 26th, we're going to be in Chicago at Lincoln Lodge. There are 3 tickets left for Lincoln Lodge, so please buy them so we can say it's yet another sellout. Let me check. Maybe somebody even bought them by the time I'm saying this.
Sold out.
No, 3 tickets left.
I mean, there's over a month till that, so we're going to sell it out.
Yeah, we will.
2 months.
And we're going to be adding more shows, too, so we're... No city left behind, baby. We'll come the fucking... Where will we come, Jake?
Oh, man. Newport, Rhode Island.
Yeah, we're going to come there soon. We're going to come...
Oh, no, we're going to Hartford. That's going to be close enough for us, actually.
Wrong. Yeah, not small market.
Why don't you head over to
Too
Hartford? It's only about a 45-minute drive.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Cosby, New Mexico, you name it. We're hitting everywhere. But, yeah, come see us at a live show. The link for the tickets is in the description. Also, I'm writing a new book. I just want to make people aware of it. I'm really excited for it. It is a Wigger crime novel, Jake.
That's incredible.
There's sex, drugs, murder, disgusting sex, might I add. And I'm very excited to write this, and I just want to make people aware of it now. I'm going to have it available in a few months, and I can't wait to put it out there. It's my next book. It's called Dirtball Destiny, Jake.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
And, brother, you're going to get... I guarantee to make you hard.
I can't wait to see who you dedicate this book to.
Oh, you're going to be one of the dedications.
Oh, my God. No, don't
Yeah.
do that.
Yep.
I would love to be part of the dedication.
You will be. So look for that. It's coming early this summer. I'm going to have an audiobook version of it, too. I'm going to have the boys involved. And, man, what a fun time.
It's actually an hour and a half from Newport to Hartford. So maybe we will do Newport.
It's
a
settled.
nice town.
Does seem nice. We got to hit Mr. Pizza, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is that my sausage?
Can we film you screaming that in there?
Yeah, we'll make a little sidetrack.
We'll be pulling you out.
Dude, yeah.
I'll see if I can find a green jacket that looks like his.
Did you grow up like mistaking those two movies too all the time? Because I did.
Feel like there was enough time span
Yeah.
between Mystic Pizza.
That'd have been 20 years.
At
Really?
least 10.
Mystic Pizza was, I would say 87.
90.
I would say,
Mystic Pizza was 80s?
I'm going to
Yeah, I
say
was
yes.
gonna say
Mystic
late
Pizza
80s,
was
that's what I was thinking,
1987.
and then,
Damn, then what year was
Mystic
Fried
River
Green
was what,
Tomatoes?
early 2000s or end of
Probably
99s?
2003 or 4.
All right.
2000.
Did I say 2003?
15 years.
Did I nail it? Jake, did I nail it?
I think you nailed
I
it,
think
bro.
the tape will show that I did. In
Damn,
fact,
just
nail
like that kickflip. You did nail it.
I did.
But a lot of good stuff popping off. And,
He's not even acting when he looks at me like that. He truly does not believe in me.
If you're watching this on Patreon, thank you for becoming a patron. It means a lot to us. If you're not a patron yet, go to patreon.com/lilstinkers. That's LILSTINKERS. We're doing live streams just about every week. Every week of every month now, just for patrons. In addition to all the episodes, you're getting episodes early too. You get a travel episodes early, or video episodes early.
Yeah.
Book club, movie watch alongs.
We're going to be doing another prisoner write a letter.
We're
thing
writing letters to
soon.
prisoners.
Whatever
Mini
it's called.
stinger episodes.
The chats are always so much fun.
Dude.
They are.
The live episodes are always so much fun.
And there's just so much good stuff for becoming a patron of Little Stinkers podcast. We promise to make it worth your while. It's either $4 a month or $40 for the entire year. Your choice. It's worth your while if you like the show, and it's the easiest way to support us. And I think that's just about it. So for Jacob from Mattera, Jeff Simmons, Johnny Delco, I'm Michael fucking Rainey, and we will see you next week.
Bye,
Love you
everybody.
There's so much fucked up shit to get into.
Little Stinkers.